Good afternoon, or good morning, I should say. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. The time now is a little after 2:30, and we have some active weather going on. Let's get right to the radar, break down what we have. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that continues for a small portion of Baldwin County, but now Escambia County, Florida, and then into Santa Rosa County, Florida as well. We have had a history of this storm producing some severe hail. We're talking hail that is 1 inch in diameter or greater. So let's zoom right into it. Once again, a severe thunderstorm warning continues for Baldwin, Escambia, Santa Rosa counties here in Florida and Alabama. This storm is possibly producing some hail. That's actually really the main threat with this thing. As you can see, a considerable damage threat with this thing as we have that hail very likely. And this severe thunderstorm warning will continue until 3 a.m. Your time now is 2:34 a.m. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso in our Fox 10 Gulfstream Center. We are live streaming on Facebook. Please be sure to tune into the comments, ask your weather questions. I would be happy to answer them. But once again, our main concern right now, no tornado threat in the immediate term, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for places north of Pensacola for a thunderstorm that is producing likely some hail. I want to zoom into this real quick, get some of the communities, get some of the roads, get some of the places that are dealing with this heavy rain and hail. So this is kind of near the UWF campus, Ferry Pass, Ensley. This is along I-10 and points north, along with the Bellevue community. If you're north of 90 in Bellevue, you are also dealing with rain, possibly even some hail with this one. Once again, we have had reports of hail previously, and it looks like this storm could still be producing quite the downpour with plenty of lightning as well. Taking a look at Baldwin County, looking at our situation here, we do have one strong thunderstorm that's kind of in some of the forested area along I-10 near the Baldwin Beach Express and Highway 59. So it's possibly some heavy rain there and plenty of lightning. We have seen definitely an uptick in thunderstorm activity over the last little while. Also, we have a pretty potent thunderstorm over Mobile Bay right now. If you are in Fairhope or along the eastern shore, you are now just getting that thunderstorm as they race off to the east here. Moving at a decent clip here, but you can see some of that heavy rain there, plenty of lightning. I know it is a noisy, rowdy morning for a good chunk of us here. Zooming out, looking at the big picture, let's see what's going on at this moment. The current weather situation, for those wondering when does this end, we have a boundary that is sitting over our area, and it's pretty much straight right along I-65 at this very moment. And everything to the south and east of that boundary is still active. We do still have a chance for some more thunderstorms that could produce things like the huge hail that we saw in Foley, like possibly a rotating thunderstorm, like gusty winds, like prolific lightning. We still have that on the board for the rest of the morning. We do still have a new tornado watch now for areas like Baldwin County, Escambia County, Alabama, Escambia County, Florida, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa County. This will continue into Covington County, Alabama, Walton County, Florida, and points to the north and east there, all the way up to the Wiregrass. So Dothan, all the way up to Albany, Georgia there. So a tornado watch continues for those areas until 10 a.m. Understand, though, that this watch will likely be canceled county by county as this boundary slowly moves east. And also understand that this area is the one that we're still watching. So this area still has the chance for possibly some stronger thunderstorms there. Understand that the tornado watch means that conditions are favorable for thunderstorms to develop that could produce tornadoes. So the main idea with it is you need to continue to stay informed. If you're up right now watching this live stream, that's the great thing. You know that you need to be paying attention to the radar and pay attention to the weather. If you have a way to get warnings like the Fox 10 weather app, like your wireless emergency alerts on your phone, everything will be just fine. And you'll be able to take action if any warning is issued. I want to quickly go through Futurecast, then we're going to cycle right back to radar and do some more storm tracking. Let's see, downright hot and humid over here in Pensacola. A lot of lightning, huge hail. I understand it was a lot, and actually, you know, as I was driving in here early this morning, we could see the lightning from the Mobile side of the bay. So hail in Pensacola, thank you very much. So it looks like we still have that thunderstorm going on. As you can see, by around 6 a.m., most of this pushes out of here. And that's the good thing. Most of this will be pushing out of here by around 6 a.m. For your Saturday, things will be cloudy. Things might be a little bit breezy as wind comes in from the north, but the severe weather threat will be over by 6, 7 a.m. We'll be done with this. So remember, ask your questions here in the live stream as we're going. Keep those reports coming. They're very, very useful. But as once again, we're really tracking this hail threat, this hail that went through Pensacola and Foley now, even some hail still being reported in Pensacola. So we're going to zoom right into that. Also, I want to give you a heads up if you are in Fairhope or Daphne, Montrose, you might be getting some heavy rain very soon. There is no severe thunderstorm warning for Baldwin County at this time. This is now a Santa Rosa County issue. Getting the latest on the warning. Let's go. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Escambia, Santa Rosa County. This continues until 3 a.m. And the information on the warning, this is an incredible thing. These storms are actually moving at a very decent clip. How about east at 70 miles per hour? The hazard with this 60-mile wind gust possible, and also that quarter-size hail. So definitely a rowdy thunderstorm that is now moving through places like Milton. This is north of Navarre. If you're in Navarre Beach, you are not in this. If you are in Gulf Breeze, you are also not in this. If you are in downtown Pensacola, you are not in this either. NAS Pensacola, out of it as well. This is an issue for places along I-10 in Santa Rosa County like Milton. You can see all the lightning there. Anywhere where you see red, yes, we could be getting some heavy rain as well. Pace High School, Temecula Highway, along Highway 90 in Milton. Those are the places that could see possibly some hail with this. In fact, some of the some of the hail reports that we have been seeing have been downright impressive. It's quarter-size hail, and I'm just looking at some of the reports on my phone as people are saying them in. If you want to send your hail reports in so we can get them on air or get them on the live stream, here's how you do that. If you have the Fox 10 Weather app, go to it. If you scroll down on the Fox 10 Weather app, you will see that there is a Submit Your Photos section. It's also on the News app as well. On the Weather app, you scroll all the way down. It says Submit Your Pictures and Videos. You can see that there. Do that. It's just a couple clicks, and you're in to get those pictures in there. And I'll start checking those right now as we track these thunderstorms that continue to move across the area. But once again, Pensacola is kind of the main area right now that we're dealing with. Milton, I should say, to the north and east of Pensacola with this severe thunderstorm. Let's check in on Baldwin County once again. Gateswood Community, Molino, in Escambia County, Florida, still dealing with a heavy thunderstorm there. Nothing severe at this moment. But here's a rowdy thunderstorm. This is Fairhope, Point Clear, Barnwell, near the high school there, all the way up to Montrose, really. Silver Hills also in this. This is not a severe thunderstorm warning. This is just one heck of a thunderstorm that's producing lots and lots of lightning. It's a very loud thunderstorm waking you up. Good thing is, though, if you are waking up and tuning in this morning, right now, Baldwin County does not have a severe thunderstorm warning. The thunderstorm may seem pretty bad, but thankfully we don't have a significant threat at this very moment. But yes, we are still tracking some heavy rain there. And I'll keep my eyes on the comments. I'm kind of multitasking as we're doing this. I'm checking our photo submissions as well because I want to see if we got any submissions of the hail so far yet in Foley. Yes, we do. So tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to leave this radar up for just a moment. I'm going to prepare to show some of these hail reports. Once again, if you are in Baldwin, Escambia County, Santa Rosa County, you have some rowdy thunderstorms around you at this moment. Good thing is the only severe one is near Milton and Pace right now, moving to the northeast rather quickly. So those are the areas that we could see some more significant hail. Cannot rule out some small hail, though, in Baldwin County near Fairhope, Silver Hill, getting up to, say, Loxley and I-10, and then the Beach Express there. So I'm going to switch sources here in a second, and I'm going to leave that radar loop up. I'm going to get you some of these hail reports that we have gotten at this moment because they are rather impressive. Most of these are what I would classify as severe hail. It's hail that is definitely 1 inch in diameter or greater. So pulling that up now. Once again, the only severe thunderstorm warning continues to be the one in Santa Rosa County. That'll continue for the next few minutes. And then heavy thunderstorm right now ongoing in Baldwin County. Monitoring the chat as well. So Dauphin Island talking about horrible sounds. Yes, that's right. Good thing is, as that happened, that was around 2 a.m. That has passed, so that is the good thing there, but definitely a loud thunderstorm. That thunderstorm, thankfully, was below severe limits, but that did pass into Foley, got stronger, even got some hail and gusty winds there. So the update for Fairhope right now, Sandra, just some heavy rain, possibly some small hail. Haven't seen any hail, and I'm in Fairhope. That's a good thing. Still a possibility of small hail. Just kind of waiting to see if that happens. So I'll pull up some of the photos here. Get this full screen so you can see this. So switching sources here, check this out. Some of the hail reports that we've gotten so far. This is the kind of stuff that we're dealing with. That is a significant hailstone. And I'll pull up the details real quick on where that one was found. And it looks like that one was in, I would assume that was in Foley. I would assume that one was in Foley there. Let me pull up another report. Wow. This one's interesting. Take a look at this one, folks. This one is Dauphin Island, where we had some decent-sized hail. In fact, there looks to be some decent-sized hailstones there. That is Dauphin Island. That looks to be close to severe hail. That is an interesting report. I'm glad we got that sent in. I might have to send that one over to the National Weather Service so they can get that, because that does look like that was some significant hail that was in Dauphin Island. That was about 2 a.m. there. That report sent in. We thank you for these photos so much. A lot of people reporting hail that was around the same size. We knew that hail was on the board. It was one of the things that we might have seen, and definitely we have gotten that tonight. Switching back to the radar source here, here's the deal right now. We do continue that severe thunderstorm warning for Santa Rosa County. Places like Milton dealing with that at this moment. In fact, zooming into that Milton storm, going to the live radar, this will continue to move off to the north and east to some of the smaller communities there along I-10 in Santa Rosa County. You can see all that red indicating some of the heavy rain. Joe, you just said you sent a video to my Facebook Messenger. Thank you very much. I'll look at that. And Joe, if you can send that into the app as well, I might be able to use that a little easier, but thank you for sending it on the messenger as well. That is greatly appreciated. So there you see Milton dealing with heavy rain right now. We do have a hail detector product, and I'm actually going to pull that up, and I want to just check and see what this thing has for us. So this is our hail detector product. It's a really good tool, and right now it is not showing anything. Let's switch versions a little bit. There it is. But it does show the previous track of this storm that passed through Foley. And you can see in the areas of blue where the hail likely went over 1 inch in diameter. That's what prompted that severe thunderstorm warning. In fact, areas down by like Bon Secours Bay, just to the north there, of Oyster Bay, Bon Secours Bay. Looks like that kind of went through that corridor around County Road 12. That looks like it was south of the Foley High School. The park at Owa got some of that. This is once again the hail track. So this is the swath, guys, of where the hail went. Even in Lillian, if you remember, if you have taken the road east from Alberta to Pensacola on 98, you pass through Lillian there and you go over the bridge. That area likely saw some hail as well. Good thing is that once this got into Pensacola, it wasn't as strong, at least according to radar. But I do know some of y'all have mentioned that we did have some hail that you saw in the Pensacola area. So I also want to go back and mention Dauphin Island, Fort Morgan. You can see the kind of gray area there in Dauphin Island. I wonder if this one might have underdone it based on some of the photos that we saw there, because those photos were definitely more impressive. But once again, it looks like we did have a significant thunderstorm that produced some hail that tracked through the area, and that's kind of what we're on here for. We had that severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Baldwin County. We've been tracking it here at Fox 10. I got in right at about 2 a.m., right when stuff really started going downhill. Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith manned the fort overnight tonight. And we knew that we had this coming. We knew we had more thunderstorms that were going to develop. In fact, I have to give credit to one of our forecast models, the high resolution model, we call it the HRRR, did a really good job picking up this development. And now this is exactly what the model showed. It was a line of intensifying thunderstorms. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center mentioned it not too long ago. We posted it on social media as well, that they were monitoring this area for a little bit more instability, which is one of the main keys here. We knew we'd have thunderstorms developing. What does that mean for the next few hours? We could see some maintenance of these thunderstorms. I mean, these thunderstorms might be able to maintain their power. Good thing is, it looks like our severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Santa Rosa County, that is dropped below severe limits and allowed to expire. We do still have plentiful lightning going on places like Summerdale, Loxley right now along 59 in Baldwin County. Also, good thing if you are in Fairhope, Montrose, Daphne, that big thunderstorm that I was mentioning that was on the bay moving on shore, that is now moving just off to the east. I know you're sending pictures into the app, so let me get to those. And I'll leave the radar up once again. I'm going to try to leave the radar loop up as much as I can so you can just get the idea as I'm switching sources here. But once again, looks like now everything's behaving. That's good. But we do still have some rowdy thunderstorms here at 2:51 a.m., the lovely hour. Updating the sources now for the weather app as we get new photos in. Woohoo! These are some hail photos. So Chris sent this in from Foley. Take a look at this one. Actually, a couple photos here. That's near the Ford dealership in Foley. Take a look at this, guys. And you notice the hail is spiky. That's an interesting thing. As the hail is aloft in the very tall thunderstorm, it bounces around. The freezing process of water droplets onto that little ice hailstone. It's a really interesting process. You can get that spiky appearance there. So that one was sent in from Foley. We thank you so much for those photos. I'm going to continue on here. Wow, look at this on the ground. Scattered on the ground. This is the thing with hail, it's loud. It's very, very loud when it falls. Of course, hitting everything. And that severe hail that's 1 inch in diameter, that can cause damage. So that's why it's a big thing. And glad they had that severe thunderstorm warning out for Baldwin, because it looks like that was a pretty impactful storm there. Once again, Chris sending those in. Looking at some of the other photos now as I'm pulling them up. Joe sent these in from Foley. Thank you, Joe, for sending these into the app as well. I might be able to get some of these on air this morning as we prepare for the morning show. But look at that. And that's all close to quarter-size hail around 2 a.m. as you can see there. So all of these came from a thunderstorm that moved through Baldwin County. If you're just tuning in, we have no active severe thunderstorm warnings at this very moment, but we did have a significant thunderstorm started around Dauphin Island, produced hail there, moved onshore near Bon Secours in Baldwin County, moved through Foley and produced hail like this that you see on your screen there. And that, of course, woke plenty of people up. That storm then moved into Pensacola, weakened a little bit, still produced a little bit of hail in Pensacola, and now has moved into Santa Rosa County, Pace, and Milton, just past those areas with little hail being reported at that moment. So we want to do a little check here as we're getting some more questions about the general area here. So once again, here's the big picture for us. We have thunderstorms that are moving off to the north and east at a rather decent clip. They're moving at around 60 miles per hour, some even up to 70. So they're moving. That's a good thing. We have had this boundary that is positioned right kind of along I-65 there, Mobile County, northern Baldwin County near Bay Minette. Everything to the east of that, thunderstorms. Everything to the west of that, we're calming down. In fact, the wind direction's changing a little bit. So if you're in downtown Mobile right now, I'm going to go ahead and call the severe threat pretty much over. So you can go to sleep, wake up tomorrow morning, it'll be cloudy, a little bit breezy, it'll be just fine. Also, same places if you are in any of our inland communities, our Mississippi counties. I'm pretty much fine right now. Go to bed. You'll have a nice night. But if you're in the Florida Panhandle or in southern Baldwin County, you're still under the gun as these thunderstorms are still there. So we're going to get to the radar real quick and check this out and break down what's going on at this very moment. So, and continue to send your photos in, guys. I'll be able to check those regularly. Switching to the radar source here. So you can see all those thunderstorms that are moving across Baldwin County right now, getting you to the live picture. So this is the live picture, 2:55 in the morning. Just tuned in, Baldwin Beach Express. Ooh, that's not the place to be right now. So let's actually zoom in. Let's go into Baldwin County. I'll start down by Gulf Shores. Have any friends watching in Gulf Shores or even in Fort Morgan? Light to moderate rain there. If you're along 59 there, you might be getting some heavier rain. Good thing is that is not at all close to severe stuff. Wolf Bay community there might get a little bit of rain in just a little bit. Alberta as well with some light rain. Moving this north, and I'm going to zoom into where we get the Baldwin Beach Express on there. That's that gray line in the middle. 98, Baldwin Beach Express, some light rain, but if you keep going north, take the turn on Baldwin Beach Express to get you up towards Buc-ee's. Oh, goodness, that is a lot of rain. So Robertsdale, if you're kind of east of Robertsdale on Beach Express, you get a lot of heavy rain. How long does the rain last on Baldwin Beach Express? Give it another 20 minutes or so. If you're driving north on Baldwin Beach Express, that's a rough time. It's going to last with you all the way till you get to I-10. If you're in Robertsdale on 59 as well, there's some heavy rain there. Checking on the folks right on the eastern shore, so your Fairhope, Daphne, Spanish Fort people, even all the way up, people along the Delta here, I'll mention that as well, all the way up to Bay Minette and Stapleton. Good thing is that main chunk of severe thunderstorm has passed. All the kind of bigger thunderstorms have passed. Tornado odds going down, almost zero at this point. Give us a little while, let that rain pass. You see this last little bit of rain? It's in the green there. We let that stuff pass. We let your wind direction change, and then you'll be good to go there. Headed home to Gulf Shores. So once you get south of this rain there on the Beach Express, probably, let me see, when you take the turn to get onto the southern half of the Beach Express, you will be out of it. You might get some more rain once you get to Foley and like Owa and stuff, but otherwise, that's the heavier rain that's kind of to your north now if you're driving south on the Baldwin Beach Express. Our friends in Florida, Florida, about to get quite the heavy thunderstorm there. Bad rain and wind over in Gulf Shores. Yeah, and that's an interesting thing. If you say it's windy down in Gulf Shores, you know, the radar doesn't show too much there. It's just some heavy to moderate rain. But we've had this wind that we've been dealing with all day. And a lot of people are noting that as well. So heavy rain, wind in Gulf Shores. Right now, the map, Century, Florida, Florida. This is south of Bruton. Bruton right now, if you're in Bruton, don't have anything for you at this moment. It's dry. Good thing is that boundary is probably really close to you. So your severe threat may be winding down very soon. But as you can see, if you are in northern Escambia, Santa Rosa County, you have quite the thunderstorm there, possibly producing maybe even some hail right on that Escambia, Santa Rosa line near Century and Jay. That's Florida 4 that goes in between there. And you can see that little core of lightning. This is an interesting thing. Typically when we see these cores of lightning, indicates a stronger thunderstorm. These thunderstorms are very tall. They're big. In fact, if you're in Mobile and happen to be like on the western shore of Mobile Bay, if you take a peek outside right now, you will see the lightning show off to your east. It's going to be quite impressive because we have these tall thunderstorms that are producing lightning. It's a really quite the impressive show to see. Also, if you take a step outside in Mobile County, I'm curious as how the conditions feel right now out there, if it's still sticky, because that's kind of going to tell us where the boundary is between the non-severe air and the potentially severe air. Let's check into Okaloosa County now. This is a rowdy thunderstorm. Crestview, if you are in Crestview, Florida, get ready for it. Some heavy rain coming your way, also some prolific lightning. If you happen to know anybody that is driving through Okaloosa County or Santa Rosa County on I-10, just let them know that right on the county borders there is some heavy, heavy rain. Good thing is it's kind of hugging the line there. Gallagher, Florida as well with heavy rain. Florida 189, that goes north in Okaloosa County. And you can see that we have heavy rain along that road as well. Floridale as well, and now that's in Santa Rosa County. Here's Milton. Milton, I talked about you earlier. We had that big thunderstorm that's now over Okaloosa County. Of course, they're moving off to the east. Milton, right now you're in a brief break. We still have more thunderstorms, though, off to your west. And whenever thunderstorms are off to your west, you know typically our thunderstorms move from west to east, so you have more stuff coming at you. So we'll be watching that very closely, and I'll give you the update once again on Baldwin County. Right now, Fairhope, Daphne, Spanish Fort, that's pretty close to an all clear for y'all at this point. Maybe a little bit of light rain and breezy conditions still continuing. So hot tonight that we had to turn the AC on. That is definitely the case. It was very, very humid out there. I mean, very humid. This is the kind of air that supports springtime thunderstorms. And this is typical stuff. There's nothing out of the ordinary. You know, if you've been on the Gulf Coast for a long time, you know that we typically get these slight risk days, slight risk nights. Typically, we have our nocturnal stuff as well. That's kind of how it works down here. So you just kind of get used to it. You know that whenever you have these soupy air masses with windy conditions ahead of a cold front, you know sometimes things can get active, and that's exactly what happened today. So we're going to update our photo stream and see if we have any more photos coming in there. Because once again, we did have a really potent thunderstorm that moved through areas like Bon Secours, Foley as well. And I'll scan through some of these really quickly. Tell you what, take a look at this one. I got a report from Janet around 1:40 a.m. Hail came pouring down, wind blew chairs all the way across the deck in Dauphin Island. That was a report sent into our Fox 10 weather app in the caption. Some hail on a trampoline by Lisa in Dauphin Island. Take a look at this one as I pull it up for you. Look at that, hail on a trampoline. That was in Dauphin Island as that powerful thunderstorm pushed off to the northeast there. So an interesting sight to see there. Once again, we thank you for these photos, for those of you that are up at this insane hour of 3 a.m. So it is 3:02 a.m. You're watching the Gulf Stream here on Fox 10. We are on our live streaming platforms, just kind of walking us through the severe weather, or at least the strong thunderstorms that are out there. This really picked up around 2 a.m. Things like really ramped up around 1:40, as we saw there, with gusty winds and even hail. And that hail ended up being probably one of the more dramatic things that we saw with this. So remember that you can continue to send in your photos to us as storms move off to the east. You can see a little bit more heavy rain right now going on Foley, Weeks Bay, Bon Secour, all that staying below severe limits. I'll keep getting some photos in here. Oops. So I'm leaving you with a radar loop here as well, and you can see places like southern Baldwin, Escambia County, and I'll adjust that really quickly so you can get a broader view. Things are slowing down right now. We do still have some areas of heavy thunderstorms, so don't get me wrong. We have that area in Okaloosa County with a really hefty thunderstorm. I'll put this into motion so you can see that. And look at how fast those thunderstorms are moving. Milton, Florida, checking in there, and it looks like you can see the rain moving out for a brief period there in Milton, Florida. However, off to your west, we do still have some more thunderstorms that will be coming your way. So continuing to pull up some of these photos here. We'll go through a little bit of a slideshow. We got a video in too. Woohoo! Oh, I can need to show you all this one. Here we go. So take a look at this one. Hailstone sent in there. You can see all the rain falling too. This video should loop back. Take a look at this hailstone that was sent in to us. That's one of those spiky hailstones that we had in Foley. Plenty of areas saw stuff like that. Very impressive shot there. That was sent in to us on our Fox 10 weather app by Shan in downtown Foley. We thank you for that one very much. I'll get a few more photos pulled up here. So take a look at all of these photos here. Some of the impressive stuff that we've seen. There's photos of hail on the deck there. Even some gusty winds with these storms as they pass through. Some more hailstones there. A lot of this was in Foley, Bon Secour. This picture from Foley. Look at all that hail. So once again, we did have that powerful thunderstorm that moved through, and you can see plenty of areas saw that. Notice though, as this thunderstorm passed, it really was in a pretty locked in area. And I have the loop over the last hour. You can kind of see the storm that races off to the north and east, kind of in the middle of your screen. I'll point it out here. That was the storm that produced the hail. It was this little guy that trekked right across like that and produce some hail. In fact, the hail tracks, if I put them on here onto our radar, you'll see where that swath of hail was right through Baldwin County. See that little blue line that runs through Baldwin County there? And that's where we had some of those hail reports as well, even maybe indications of some small hail. You see that little grayness near, that'd be Silver Hill and Summerdale there, Robertsdale. So those are the areas that saw hail, Lillian as well. Good thing is right now things are calming down a little bit though, which is the good thing. We want to see that. However, we do still have some rowdy thunderstorms. Good thing is no severe thunderstorm warnings at this very moment. So if you're just tuning in, be sure to ask your weather questions. Let me give a kind of reset here so you can get the idea of who's in, who's out. I'm going to draw a line on the map here. If you're near areas like Bay Minette, Atmore, all the way up to Evergreen, Mobile, downtown Mobile, Theodore, Dawes, all the way down to Pascagoula. All of those areas I can pretty much give an all clear. Any point north, so any of those Mississippi counties, Washington County, if you are in Washington County, you are done. Clark County, you are done. Monroe County, you are done. In fact, most of Conecuh County, pretty much all of Conecuh County, done. Most of Escambia County is starting to get out of it. Escambia County, Alabama, I should say. Escambia County, Florida, not so much. You still got some thunderstorms going on. If you're north of Bay Minette in Baldwin County, north of the interstate there, you are also done with this. This is going to be an issue for the Florida Panhandle over the next few hours. And then things will get out of here around 6 a.m. A little report, let's see. Melissa, storming in East Bruton. And as we can see, it looks like that thunderstorm that was in the Florida Panhandle kind of creeped up to the north and east. So we mentioned the thunderstorms in Jay, Florida. And let's go up here. Bruton, East Bruton here. And I'll put this into motion over the last 30 minutes or so. And you will see as this kind of thing kind of pushes to the north just a little bit. I'll zoom out so you can see it a little better. Near Jay, Florida, we have that thunderstorm producing a lot of lightning. So if you are east of Bruton, East Bruton, all the way along US 29 there as it gets towards Covington County, that's the area that could see some heavy rain once again. And it's also some pretty active lightning there. Possibly some ponding on the roadways as well being mentioned, and that's a good thing. It's just some general kind of nuisance flooding. That's something that we noticed that would happen. In fact, if you notice, we were talking on the 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock about potential heavy rain threat that we had inland. We had some significant rainfall totals inland, but now we're getting some hefty totals because of just how fast the rain is falling in the Florida Panhandle here, especially some of the northern sections of these counties all north of I-10. Once again, if you're tuning in to us from downtown Pensacola, you might get some more rain still, some more thunder. Good thing is we don't have a really powerful thunderstorm heading your way. That's good. So no big stuff. We'll be watching those, see if any of that gets going here. You can see in Foley some light to moderate rain there. Is Robertsdale, Alabama out of the severe weather? We're about as close as we can get to being out of it. Mobile's out of it right now. I'll go ahead and call Daphne pretty much out of it. Fairhope pretty much out of it. Robertsdale, we have one little shower, but I would say severe weather threats overall are diminishing in those areas in Baldwin County as this line pushes off to the east. I do want to mention, though, we do have a few more thunderstorms off to the south here. Much weaker, though, but they might bring a brief downpour. Probably nothing severe, though. Actually, likely nothing severe, I should say. So once again, I'll go ahead and give some more all clears. Dauphin Island, heads up, you might get a little bit more rain. Might get a little bit more lightning as that little thunderstorm moves through. Places like Daphne, Spanish Fort, we're pretty much over at this point. The big thing that's going to tell you that things are over is when stuff starts cooling down outside. Spanish Fort as well. Stapleton all the way up to Bay Minette, we're pretty much over with this. Also Mobile, especially north of I-10, over with this at this time. Checking in southern Baldwin County, we do still have some light rain going on there. In Gulf Shores right now, it doesn't look like it's raining that much, but still in Foley, along 98 and Foley, they are still having some rain. Magnolia Springs just had a little bit of heavier rain there, some thunder as well. Silver Hill, just kind of south of Silver Hill into Summerdale along 59 there, that stretch of 59. Could see a little bit of a downpour there. Also, Lillian heads up, a little bit of heavier rain coming your way within the next few minutes. Nothing severe at this moment. Checking in on Crestview now. That's probably one of our stronger storms, if not the strongest storm on the board right now. Look at all the heavy rain. Let me put this into the current thing so it's not blitzing the radar here. But as you can see, so I'm starting in downtown Crestview. I got the street map pulled up. This is just some heavy rain north of 90 in Crestview. along Highway 85, Florida Highway 85 north, Auburn, Florida, Garden City Road, Florida Avenue, that's 85, Campton. So this is, once again, in Okaloosa County, north of Interstate 10, north of 90, pretty hefty thunderstorm there. Might be impacting places like Laurel Hill or Florala as it gets out of the Fox 10 viewing area. If you are north of Milton, north of Pace, if you're in Pace right now, Pace, Florida, you're getting some light to moderate rain. Your rain will get heavier. You might be hearing thunder. The thunder is really off to your north, though. You can see this little cluster of thunderstorms there. I want to give you a quick look at Futurecast as we kind of wrap the severe weather event up, hopefully within the next few hours. Here's 4 a.m. You can see how the thunderstorms are indicated off to our east now, pushing out of Okaloosa County. This is Futurecast data at 4 a.m. You can see those thunderstorms pushing out. 6 a.m., HRRR says we're done. HRRR says we're done, and I am okay with that. So that'll be the good thing there. Tomorrow will be cloudy. Tomorrow might be a little bit breezy. Temperatures will go down, especially later in the day. If you have evening plans tomorrow, we'll be getting a little bit cooler. Our overnight will drop into the 40s. That's not tonight, tomorrow night. And your Sunday temperatures will be down in the 60s for highs with clearing skies out there. So here's the radar picture once again. Time now around 3:15 here. Mobile is out of the severe weather at this point. So are places like Chatham, Leakesville, Loosedale, Jackson, Grove Hill, Thomasville, Monroeville, Beatrice, all of those places out of the severe weather threat at this time. But we do still have thunderstorms going on. Places like Foley, Silver Hill, starting to get out of it there, Somerdale, Robertsdale, Pensacola, Ensley, into Santa Rosa County, Pace, Milton, all the way over to Crestview points north, dealing with thunderstorms at this moment. No rain at all, Gulf Shores. It looks like that is verified by radar. A little bit of thunder off to the south there, as you can see on radar. If I zoom into that, you can see some of those little lightning bolts just offshore. All those storms are very much behaving. A little bit of a heavier thunderstorm now. Thunder shower, I should say, near Somerdale. So that line going right across your screen, that's County Road 32, horizontally across your screen. So some heavy rain near 32 in the Beach Express there. If you continue north on the Beach Express, though, once you get up to 90 in Interstate 10, things are quiet. Once you get into the area kind of north of this here, that's when things are much, much quieter there. Things are calming down, severe threat ending. So it's 3:16 now. And that's what we have on the board. I'm going to loop this for you. I'll check the app, make sure we have any more photos here. But guys, ask your questions. Jenny trying to get to sleep now in Foley, that's a great idea. Made it home safely. Glad to hear that. I'm going to keep this radar loop going, and I'll be sticking around. But continue to ask your weather questions, especially if you're in the Panhandle, because I know things are a little rowdy there. Good thing is no severe warnings at this time. Things are calming down. Bruton right now getting a heavy shower thunderstorm as well with some heavy rain, probably some gusty winds with that one as well. Moving off to the north and east, so get ready for that if you're in Bruton, East Bruton as well. Look at the lightning there in Bruton kind of intensifying there as well. So be sure to ask your questions, hammering right now in Foley. That's a little thunder shower I mentioned, Foley, Silver Hill. So that's north of downtown Foley. And by the way, just in case you're curious, these I almost said orange, these maroon boxes that you see there in the Wiregrass region, Dothan, Geneva, Enterprise, kind of near, get some of these more locations. This is US 84 in Dothan. That is flash flood warnings. Those are flash flood warnings there. So they're getting some heavy rain. Thankfully, we have not had any flash flood warnings in our local area. That's been a great thing. But we have had some heavy rain, definitely. I'll leave that radar loop going for you. Guys, be sure to ask your questions. I'll be kind of updating social media. I'm going to step outside for just a moment or two, leave the radar going. But stay tuned if you are in the Florida Panhandle. Otherwise, guys, things are really calming down. The only stuff right now in eastern Escambia County, Alabama. Stuff should be out of here by 6 a.m. That's the hope. So once again, stay tuned. If you're in the Panhandle, make sure you're still paying attention. We still have some thunderstorms there. Otherwise, I'm going to step aside for just a moment, check in some other things, and I'll hop back in if there's a need for it, if any of these thunderstorms get a little stronger. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Nicholas Raboso. It is 4 a.m. Just a quick little update for you. We're still live on the Fox 10 Gulfstream and on Facebook, so tune in. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. We thank you for tuning in this morning. It is 4 a.m. And for the most part, severe weather threat across a good chunk of the area has ended. In fact, this tornado watch has been allowed to expire, or has really been canceled, I should say, for Baldwin County in Alabama, but our panhandle counties, we're still watching for some thunderstorms. And in fact, just in the last few minutes, we've had a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. So here's the radar loop that we've been leaving going here on the Fox 10 Gulfstream. You see in northern Okaloosa County, we have a strong thunderstorm near Crestview. In fact, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This continues until, let me get the information on this. This continues until 4:15 a.m. for Okaloosa County and the Florida Panhandle, also Covington County in Alabama. The main threats of this one, possibly some gusty winds up to 50, maybe even 60 miles per hour, and also ping pong ball size hail cannot be ruled out with this. We do see that plenty of lightning is ongoing with this thunderstorm. So this thunderstorm is located near, or just to the north and east of Crestview. This is in the far northeastern section of Okaloosa County in Florida. This is north of I-10. Places like Laurel Hill in the zone right now for some potentially heavy rain and possibly some gusty winds. Also areas along Steel Mill Creek Road, that is in Okaloosa County. It's on far eastern Okaloosa County there. Also along Florida 85 there that goes through Laurel Hill. Especially points south there, we do still have some heavy rain. Lots of lightning, possibly some gusty winds, possibly some hail there. If you are in Crestview, Florida, you are also getting some heavy rain. Same thing in Milligan, except the severe thunderstorm warning does not include downtown Crestview. It essentially extends from the airport, points north and east there in Crestview. North of 90 Interstate 10 as well. So if you're in Mossy Head, Florida, along Interstate 10 there, that is not an issue for you. That is actually points north. However, places along I-10 may still get some heavy rain. So that's what we have right now on the board. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that continues until 4:15 for Okaloosa County, also Covington County, Alabama. I'm still monitoring the comments here on the Fox 10 live stream on Facebook. So once again, if you have any weather questions, be sure to ask them. We have had some flash flood warnings to the east of our area. Otherwise, we have held off on the flash flood warnings, even though some places have seen some nuisance flooding. Right now, Okaloosa County, Crestview getting the brunt of everything. Rain has become lighter. Rain has become lighter in places like Santa Rosa County, also Escambia County. We do have one small thunder shower, I should say, that's going to be moving into Gulf breeze within the next few minutes. Some light rain in Lillian right now in southern Baldwin County. Also, Bon Secour, near or just south of Magnolia Springs and south of 98. We have one more thunder shower that is ongoing in southern Baldwin County. If you're in Fairhope right now, things are over for you. You are done with the weather for today. Same thing in Daphne, Spanish Fort, all the way up to Stapleton, Bay Minette, and points north. Mobile. Things are done for you right now. Mobile County as well. You are out of the severe weather threat. Same thing for Washington County, places like McIntosh, Chatham, all the way up to Coffeyville, Jackson, Grove Hill, Thomasville, Monroeville, Beatrice, all the way up in Monroe County, all the way up to Franklin there. Evergreen and Repton. Also, same thing in Castleberry and really much Bruton as well. We are done with the severe weather threat there. This is now an issue just for southern portions of the Florida Panhandle and one stronger thunder shower that is going on in Gulf Shores, just north of Gulf Shores, in Foley as well at this time. So that's the update right now. Once again, I'm meteorologist Nicholas Raboso. We're in our Gulfstream Center. Time now is 4:06. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for Okaloosa County. Laurel Hill really points in that area. That'll continue until 4:15. Otherwise, severe weather threat very much winding down. A lot of questions about our Saturday forecast. That is going to be a much simpler forecast with just some clouds around. Temperatures will be in the 70s probably in the afternoon. The evening, though, we will cool down a little bit as the front really gets through here. Some cooler air begins to move in, and overnight Saturday night, things will cool down. So let me know if you have any questions. I know it's very early in the morning. Once again, we'll leave the live stream up as long as we have the thunderstorms in the area, or as long as the thunderstorms are active enough to pay attention to. But for the most part, everything's moving out of the area at this time. So as you can see in the radar behind me, only places along 90, Interstate 10, south of Interstate 10, along 98 there, southern Baldwin County, still dealing with rain, some thunderstorms. One strong thunderstorm near Laurel Hill. That is the strongest thunderstorm that is on the board at this time. So that's the update at 4 a.m. Once again, that severe thunderstorm warning continues for Okaloosa County, Florida. That'll continue until 4:15. I'll zoom back into it and leave you with the radar in a loop. But once again, one strong thunder shower, I should say, in Foley and Gulf Shores. That'll move to the east near Wolf Bay, also Lillian. One strong thunder shower that is near Gulf Breeze. Crestview getting heavy rain. A severe thunderstorm. In fact, a new severe thunderstorm warning that has just been issued to points east. So we had the Okaloosa, Covington, and now we are including Geneva, Holmes, and Washington County. That is getting into the Wiregrass region of Alabama and outside of our Fox 10 viewing area. So that's the deal right now. I'll leave you with a radar loop. Once again, we're going to have a full update on everything that happened on the news at 7 a.m. on Fox 10 News. Be sure to tune in then. Otherwise, I'll leave you with the radar. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. Just a heads up, guys, as we approach 5 a.m., we're going to be doing another full live update as we wrap this thing up. So I'm going to cut off this live stream. We're going to start a brand new one. So there's going to be a brief break for about a few minutes. We're going to reset it, and then we're going to come back in, do a live update at 5 a.m., then we'll be wrapping this thing up, getting ready for the news at 7. So once again, update coming up in just a bit, so we want you to stay tuned, because we'll have another update as the severe weather threat exits our area.